girls 2-mile. We talked about our
I
top
jumped the
seeds,
gun.
Giona Lopizio, Carlsbad. She'll wear hip 10. Jane Hendrigan wears hip 6, Provo, Utah. And also in the 10:04 club, Sophia Kennedy, Carmel, Indiana.
And Bob Kennedy's
She's wearing
daughter,
hip
an
3.
excellent cross-country runner, Sophia Kennedy. And of course, she has the benefit of the knowledge of her dad, one of the greatest American middle distance runners of all time, and the first to break 13 at 5,000 meters. And you see Hedegren, who's a very, very high-class athlete, and she is only a sophomore. And there's Noy back for more. Won the 5,000, won it easily.
Elizabeth Leachman, Celerity. Sophia Rodriguez, Seven Valleys from Pennsylvania. And there's Lopizzo. Got the serious face on.
She might be the favorite in this race.
Rodriguez does 10:20 PR. Lopizzo, Edison Knobloch from Homestead in Indiana. Riley Blade, she's got a 10:06. Keegan Edwards, Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Chloe Heiler, Reno, Nevada. Charlotte Sinke, Calgary, Alberta. Olivia Williams from Acalanes. And that's your lineup.
Bob,
So it looks like we have 16.
Sophia Kennedy is the 7th fastest in the country this year at 3,200, and she ran that at the Brooks PR Invitational.
Wednesday.
And Giona Lopizzo is the 13th fastest at 3,200 meters this year with her Arcadia Invitational 9:59.08. So we have a couple of the national heavyweights here. And
they
we
run
throw
in
in Noy.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at that push.
Oh, Sinke. Yeah, Sinke almost lost it there. Lots of good talent in this field.
Keegan Edwards was the offender.
So let's see what kind of pace we're going to get here. I think after that push, Sinke has decided, you know what, I'm not going to take my chances with this group of runners, and I'm going to go right to the lead and not be bothered. Lopizzo right there in second, and also Riley Blade of Corona. We haven't talked much about her. She's a sophomore, and she's a good one, too. She has a 10:02.19 personal best at 3,200, which she set at the state high school championships, the one division California State High School Championships. And Sophia Kennedy now into the lead. On paper, Sophia, the fastest runner here of the 9:53.69. If you look at her face, she looks an awful lot like her dad. And that first lap in 74 seconds. So that's more of what we like. That's 9:50 pace. Again, the fastest time in the country, at least at 3,200, is Tatum David, 9:48.94. Give you the fastest at 2 miles here. Ellie Shea at 9:53.36. Bob, I hope sometime before I, knock off this earth that we get back to running miles and 2 miles as opposed to 1,600s and 3,200s.
Well, and I think that's what this en route scoring is going to help with, because you have to have 15 and 3,000 marks for international competition.
And I'm fine with high schools doing 1,500 and 3,000s, just not 1,600 and 3,200. Nobody in the world does 1,600 and 3,200.
And that's
the United
a pretty
States is
even
the only
split.
country.
Yeah, that's a pretty even split, too, in the NFHS. And I've not read much about trying to standardize that. So a lot of that is local tradition, just like the certain relays that are run in different state championships. And out here in the West, we don't run any of them. There are not
Right,
very many of
right.
them.
So Sophia Kennedy took the field through a 65, 229.99, so still on sub 10-minute pace. Peyton Noy now, that's just a tough double to run a 5,000 and 3,200. She's dropping back a little bit, but we also know she's pretty tough. So she's going to have to work pretty hard, Bob, to get in with this group of 4. She's currently 5th. Now she's moving up again. But all of our favorites are right there, which you kind of enjoy. Jane Hedengren in there. We haven't mentioned her. She's currently in 4th. Looks very comfortable. Noy gets back into the mix in 5th. And Elizabeth Leachman, she's a freshman from Celerity. Again, that name. She's in there as well. Now, that was a 74.6 for Sophia Kennedy, 344.60 at 13:20. So we're now getting close to that 10-minute mark. So if we want to break 10 minutes here, we got to push it a little bit more. There's Leachman, the freshman.
And Sophia Rodriguez has joined. She's in the orange. She has moved into that group of 7. And now there's an 8th one coming in and a 9th.
That's a high-class field. And we're going to be hitting the 1-mile mark. And the precocious freshman, Elizabeth Leachman, may take the field through 1 mile. Sophia Kennedy may be seeding. And look at Peyton Noy coming back over here. So that lap, 75, 5:00.91 at 1 mile. So they've got to run negative splits to get under 10 minutes here, and you don't want to waste this beautiful weather. And Sophia Kennedy said, okay, time to go.
Let's go.
And she is going. 60 degrees right now, Bob, in Eugene. And it's Kennedy, the precocious freshman, Leachman, Peyton Noy, of all people, after that run for 2 nights ago, getting in with this group. And there's Hedengren in 4th. Interesting race, Bob. Interesting race. Just when you think somebody may break it open, they're not doing it.
No, Leachman, and now Jalen Williams has moved up there. The tall. Is that Williams? 5. No, that's 6. That's Hedengren.
Hedengren, yeah. And she belongs in that.
Miss her.
No, she belongs in the front.
And there she goes.
She's awfully good.
Yeah, she gets off the rail, finds some space.
And what's happening to Sophia Kennedy? She's going through a bad patch in this race. Let's hope it's not a fatal bad patch. But Sophia Kennedy all of a sudden drops from 1 to 5. That lap's 74.9. And this is a major development in this race. The freshman Leachman taking it to everybody else. Hedengren, who's a sophomore herself, in 2nd. The Canadian Sinkay in 3rd after that stumble at the start. And look who's still hanging around. Peyton Noy right behind Sophia Kennedy.
Noy's gotten around Kennedy.
Sinkay looks pretty full of run there, Bob, in 3rd. She's looking around, seems to be enjoying the sights. And Noy is out of it. So we've got 3 with 2 laps to go. Although I always hasten to count Peyton Noy out too early, but look at Sinkay. Look at those long strides. And this young lady from Calgary, a junior, Hedengren covers that move. Leachman 3rd. Where is Sophia Kennedy? This is a stunning development. Wow, Sophia Kennedy just falling off the back of the bus here.
There's Noy, Rodriguez.
And Leachman's still hanging.
Fourth round of jumps has been completed now in the championship girls triple jump. No changes in our order. Only one improvement.
Bob, I think Sophia Kennedy may be a DNF.
Yeah, I didn't see her at all on the back stretch. She may have dropped.
So now we got a little more than a lap to go, and Sinkay just looks so smooth and effortless. Hedengren working a little bit harder, but look at Sinkay in the lead. Now Hedengren's going to try to make a move on the inside. And Leachman is not out of it yet either. 1 lap to go. That last lap in 73 seconds. So if they can run faster than 76 seconds, which they will, they'll break 10 minutes. And Hedengren from Provo, Utah, the sophomore, makes a nice definitive move here.
Well, she looked like she was on the hunt for a lot of that previous lap. And of course has a very long stride, takes advantage of that. Sinky looks like she has something left though.
It does look that way. But Hedengren's margin is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and Sinkay, she's going to have to really wind it up if she's going to try to take down Hedengren, with Leachman kind of being starting to wind it up herself.
Yeah, making a play for second. And it looks like Hedengren's got this.
Indeed. And it's going to be sub 10, which you love to see. 9:54. 38. 109.90, 69-second last lap. So that 9:54 puts her. Now let's now go to the 2-mile list.
That is
so that puts her third.
2. Oh, I've got her 2. What's he? 34?
Oh, I've got Ellie Shea and Leah
3,
Stevens.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a new sophomore record for this event, and Leachman a new freshman record for this event. And Sinky got a PR. Noe PRs. Noe finished 4th in 10:03.
That's really good for Peyton Noy to come back with that 10:03 after winning the 5,000. That's some good running. That's a good race, Bob. That's some good running. And Hedengren, I saw her run cross country, and she's an awfully good cross country runner. But she seems so confident and assured about herself, which is so nice to see in someone so young. And she's tall, long legs, and lean, and she knows how to wind it up. Great stride length. Had to go wide there with the lapped runner, but boy, she's an impressive athlete.
And you know what I didn't notice her doing, and we've been talking about this? She wasn't looking around. She wasn't looking at the screen.
No. That's where confidence comes in, Bob. That's what, I'm mentioning about what is a confident athlete? It's one that doesn't have to look around. It's one that's confident in their own abilities. Lopizzo, gosh, we got to talk about her. She dropped out too. So Kennedy, Lopizzo both dropping out.